What if the smallest cry for help could one day save an entire village? This is the story of a tiny sparrow, a storm, and the power of compassion. In a quiet village wrapped in golden wheat fields lived Rahim, an old gardener with hands worn by love and labor. One morning, as sunlight touched the earth, a faint sound broke the silence. A weak chirp. At the edge of the garden lay a tiny brown sparrow, trembling, one wing bent like a wilted leaf. "Please, help me," the little bird seemed to cry. "If I stay here, the cats will find me. I can't fly, I can't survive." Rahim's heart softened. He lifted the fragile creature and placed it gently in a small basket lined with soft cloth. "You'll be safe here, little one," he whispered. That evening, Rahim carried the basket to the village square. "Friends," he called, "I found a hurt sparrow. Will someone help me care for it until it heals?" A tall farmer laughed. "Rahim, it's just a bird. We have fields to save." The baker shook his head. "I feed people, not birds." Even the village chief sighed. "We can't waste time on something so small." Rahim looked down at the trembling sparrow. "Don't worry, little one. I'll take care of you, even if no one else will." That night, he fed it crumbs and dropped water into its tiny beak, praying it would fly again. Days later, the sky turned black. Thunder growled as rain poured over the village. The river swelled like an angry beast, breaking its banks. Water roared through the fields, swallowing everything in its path. Rahim heard the screams. Children were trapped in a tree, surrounded by raging water. Villagers panicked. Boats were far away. Time was running out. Rahim clutched the basket. The sparrow looked up at him with bright eyes. "If only you could fly," he whispered. And then, as if the heavens heard, the sparrow flapped its wings, weakly at first, then stronger. Rahim opened the window. The tiny bird soared into the stormy sky, its little body cutting through the rain. Higher and higher it flew, until it vanished into the mist. Moments later, the sound of rushing footsteps filled the air. Shepherds from the mountain ridge arrived with ropes and boats. The sparrow had led them to the village. Together, they pulled the children to safety and rescued everyone trapped in the flood. When the storm cleared, the village stood in silence. On Rahim's shoulder perched the tiny sparrow, chirping softly as if to say, "Compassion is never wasted." Rahim looked at the villagers and smiled. "No cry for help is ever too small. The life you save today may one day save you." From that day on, the people of the village never ignored even the smallest creature in need, because they had learned kindness travels in circles and it always comes back. This tiny sparrow taught a whole village that compassion changes everything. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe for more stories that inspire kindness and courage. And remember, the smallest act of love can make the biggest difference. Never give up on helping others.